But look, it's adding. It's adding. She's joining. We did it.
We figured it out.
Yes.
I have to turn you off of my desktop here. So
yeah.
Switching the setup.
All right.
Switching it up.
Here we go. First movie money mashup. I was just telling Laura, I thought I was technologically sound, and somehow we messed up here. But here, we're here. We're so excited.
We're here. I have to pull my notes up in a different location, but we're here. Let's do this.
I'm Coach David. I'm Coach David. This is Laura Sexton. We've both been. How long have you been a financial coach? I don't even know how long you've been.
For officially 4 years, January 2021. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, and I'm August 2018, so 7 years for me coming up. And, we were just talking about this, I think, over a year ago now. And, oh, man, it'd be so much fun to somehow put movie and money together. And so, yeah, it's been a long time coming. And earlier this year, I said, yes, it's happening. And then, we've got our biggest fan up there commenting, my wife, Kelly. She's excited it's happening. And the first thing we want to talk about is Galaxy Quest. I love this movie. I saw this movie when it first came out. For some reason, in my mind, I always think it's 1998, but it actually came out in 1999. And I'm so glad earlier when I was giving those hints on the movies that there were some things that you didn't even know about, Laura.
Well, I mean, I didn't put two and two together. In my mind, Galaxy Quest has been around forever.
Yeah.
And might as well have been everybody's first everything. I mean, I don't know.
I saw your reel the other day, and you mentioned almost every single actor except Guy. And for some reason, I am blanking on his name right now.
Hold on. I wrote it down. Hold on.
Oh, you forgot his name too?
But Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell. He's one of my favorite guys. Yeah. I also love him as the bad guy in Iron Man 2. Maybe we'll do that in the future. Talk about is money actually
in Iron Man 2?
Oh, you were? Yeah. So you actually met Sam Rockwell?
No, I met Stan Lee though.
Oh, okay.
Which is
there you go.
I mean, that was pretty awesome meeting Stan Lee. Yeah. He was the nicest guy. We'll talk about it when we get to that episode.
Yes, I know. We have to stay on course because you and I could talk about this stuff forever. So I'm gonna let you go first this time, and maybe we can take turns every time we do it. And so that, I'm not stealing your stuff, you're not stealing my stuff. So. Because when you go and share all your notes, I'll be like, I quite agree.
I have so many thoughts, and they're not in any kind of order. So,
go for it.
Figure we should start close to the beginning of the movie. When Tim Allen, after they've done their their convention, he goes home and he's by himself watching himself on TV.
Yeah. And it always makes me so sad. He still has all the lines memorized.
He knows it all.
Crew, this fine ship.
Money tie-in. Your financial success does not mean success in life.
Yeah.
Right? You can be wealthy. You can have all the money in the world, and it's not going to make you happy.
Yeah. Well, I actually, as I watched the movie and was thinking about that exact thing, it was, money, the meaning. He's missing the meaning in his life. He's been successful in all these things, but even in the first place, it almost seems like, I don't know, like he really wanted to be a space captain, maybe as a kid, and he got a taste of that, and he hasn't felt any sort of meaning at all ever since then.
So I don't know what happened at the end of their TV show run that they lost their friendship, because you can tell at one point they were really close. They were really good friends. Yeah. And he spun off somewhere where money was everything. Mm-hmm. And he had to be number one. He had to be the captain. He had to be the most important person.
Yeah.
Alan Rickman's character just gets all these jabs in, like, oh, I see you've taken your shirt off. Like, all right, Alan, like, calm down. You managed to get your shirt off, I think is what he says.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just think it's funny that over the time he kind of morphed into, the captain, instead of being himself, and in doing so he left his friends behind, and that's just kind of sad.
Another an interesting thing, you know, towards the beginning of the movie also is, didn't you love how they created environments for each character? And somehow Alan Rickman's living just in a slum, right? Like, how did that happen to
I don't,
him? But
right?
yeah,
Because he's like the actor.
uh-huh.
He was, you know, he was trained classically. He should have been the hot, and no.
And it
No.
makes you think that with him, the meaning is, right, I played Richard the Third, you know, like, all that stuff. Like, the meaning with him had nothing to do with money, but he was looking for his meaning, that it was actually like something of importance, something of great. And that's why, you know, what's cool with him, just going off of the movie side of things, is that his meaning is found in, wow, you know, when Quillick, right, he dies, and that stupid line that I
alert.
what? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know. Everybody's seen the movie. I think that'll be a foregone conclusion in these, that we're gonna spoil things. Right. But yeah, but he gets that meaning. He actually says that line. It actually means something, you know, and so with him, maybe it wasn't all just about money. He was probably, you know, being that starving artist action going on, because he wanted to choose better roles. So he was saying no to everything.
Don't do that, actors out there listening. Don't do anything that's compromising to your morals, but take the gig, okay?
Take the gig. But so yeah, going back to money, that is the prevailing theme of the movie, I think, is looking for meaning in money, when it's actually friendship and being there for people.
All right, give us your next money thing that you learned in the movie.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's go to space for a minute.
Okay.
It's, you know, the bad guy. Oh my gosh, what's his name?
The bad guy?
Yeah.
The big cricket looking guy. Oh, now I can't remember.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
it's the Thermians. I know. It's the Thermians. It's because we're excited to be here that we watched the termites. Movie, I promise. Yeah, the termites. This is a termite. No, but the Thermians, they, you know, they're a people who don't think of themselves.
Right.
Who knows how many resources and things they put into actually building the ship from the historical documents to a T. You know, they put so much work into that and making exact. And, you know, we have, what's his name? The bad guy. He comes in, he wants to do no work whatsoever, and he just wants to have what they have. Are you?
Well, I think it's funny that he is a cricket looking thing. Oh my goodness. Now this tie-in, right?
Now we're getting into Bug's Life action right now.
Life, right? The ants do all the work, and the crickets just expect the ants to feed them.
Yeah.
There are parables to this. Like, you can't just wait around and expect somebody else to feed you. You have to go do the work. His name is Ceres. I figured it out.
You will face justice, Ceres. We have to say lines from the movie, you know. But what?
I love this. I love this so much.
I know. But, you know, in real life, right there, you know, that's a good lesson for all. I mean, this going through this, and I'm sure we're going to find this out as we do this more. It's like, wow, this is a lot deeper than I thought it was at the time. We've got parables between ants and crickets and all these things. And so I think it's a good lesson there of what you don't want to be, and that hard work, you know, life is going to be hard anyway, but when we do the work and take the good steps, that things usually turn out well in the end.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're spot on. Okay, so I can't decide which ones I want to do next. Okay, I'm gonna jump to the end of the movie.
All right. Spoiler.
I crack up every time they're going through the chompers and they're like trying to go through, you know, for whatever reason, why are there this many things keeping you from getting to the core to be able to shut down the emergency ride? right? And they're
There's
like
no
going through
logical reason for this to be here.
I'm gonna find whoever wrote this episode. They're gonna get shot. When they're doing all of that and they're talking to Justin Long's character, and he just goes for a second because his mother has asked him to take out the trash multiple times. Like, friends, you know what your role is. Do it quickly so you don't have to do it later. But the money lesson here is everyone has to contribute around the house. You have chores and you can get paid for it. I'm assuming Justin Long's still in high school. I'm assuming he's not like a 20-year-old derelict not going to work and his mom's like, you have to help around the house or you have to get out. I'm assuming he's in high school. And his mom's like, look, I give you your commission every week. You have to do your job and you have to do it in a timely manner. I'm going to stand here until
you really think that those parents are commission type people?
No, they're probably allowance type people, but still. I mean, how did he get all of those fireworks?
I know. It's crazy. I mean, maybe he has a job. We don't know. We don't know.
I bet his mom pays him $5 every time he takes the trash out. Like, he seems like they're doing well.
Wow. That just makes me laugh. Going back to the movie, for those who haven't watched it, one of my favorite lines is the dad, he just has his glasses down. He looks at the mom. She's like, well, he's outside. He's outside.
Yeah. At least our poor little nerdy son, who only spends all of his time watching Galaxy Quest reruns. Or not Galaxy, you know what I mean.
Yeah. I have another one.
Okay, let's do it.
So, I think it's good for us all to remember, and I was just talking to a client about this the other day, is these kids, all these people at the convention, they're excited. You have that guy at the end of the movie, right? Mm-hmm. Pick yourself up a Galaxy Quest t-shirt on your way out. Woo! All things that we want, things that we have desire for, things that we want to be a part of, whether it's Star Wars, Star Trek, Galaxy Quest, whatever. They are not bad things. It just has to be in the right order to get them. You have to, have some fun money to be able to, spend money and time on these things. And that's where I see folks, they kind of go into, especially meeting with me, and you can tell me the same with you, where it's all bad. All of the things I want are bad. All the things I desire are bad, and I have to stay on a budget. Budget means bad. That means I'm poor and I can't have any fun. And look at these people, this convention, they're all excited. Who knew a spaceship was going to fly through the wall? But this is a good thing, a community thing. And so I always want to encourage folks that what your dreams are good, but you just have to take the steps to get there.
Absolutely. I think that sometimes we get a little overwhelmed with the idea of money. We expect that it should be some big complicated system, some big something.
Or a punishment.
Yes. Or like it has to be negative. And I'm like, why don't we so for my clients that come to me and they're like, ew, a budget, like I can't. I always try to reframe it. So we call it a spending plan instead, like a plan to spend your money. Those that are like, I don't want to be restricted. I'm like, no, you're just making a plan on how you're going to do it. It's not restrictive. Yeah. Also, anybody that's listening to us or watching us right now, you're welcome to leave a question or a comment, and we would love to have you be part of the conversation. Yeah. Just throwing that out there because we have people watching. Going back to the movie and to our actors, right? They're pretending to be heroes, mostly because the Thermians think that they're actually space heroes. Yeah. So they're trying to play a role, and in trying to play the role, what they do is they actually turn into the role that they're trying to play. They actually turn into space hero. I just see Tony Shalhoub, who's down in the engine room. He's like, hey, so the guys are saying the ship can't take it.
Yeah, it's gonna blow apart and all. Yeah. Just FYI.
Yeah, just letting you guys know. And he turns into this character. And where he's actually the one that's like, oh, we just have to do this, and then it all gets fixed. And then you have Sigourney Weaver's character who actually starts repeating the ship, right? She turns into the person she was on the show. It's my favorite. I've got one job on this ship. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it, okay? They're all like,
okay, no problem.
Oh. But the money tie-in there.
Yeah, I was wondering where that was going to tie in, yeah.
Is that fake it till you make it can actually work. You can actually fake it and pretend and, okay, I'm going to make this budget. I'm going to stick to it this week just because somebody told me to, and I'm going to try. But this isn't me. It's not me. It's not me. But I'm going to do it because I, either I'm paying a coach or I, spit shook with my husband. Like, I'm going to do it. Eventually, you become that person that, no, I budget. I handle my money. So it's kind of like a fake it till you make it kind of situation.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
And what makes me laugh, I'm just thinking of Tony Shalhoub when he zips up his suit and he goes in. And
yes, that's it. He's like, no, I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy.
Juan's not my real name.
Yes, you are. You can do it. I know you can. No, I'm not that
guy. Luckily we're all, not trying to battle pig lizards and rock monsters. Right? But we all have our pig lizards. We all have our rock monsters. It could be a family member that wants you to go out with them to Vegas every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And you keep, saying yes to that. Give me an example. What are other pig lizards and rock monsters of people?
I mean, a Target run, a trip to Starbucks are really easy ones. I think for some people, spending on their kids, summer camps coming up right now, like how much money, how many summer camps are we going to send them to? And in my area, I'm listening to moms go, well, we're going to this camp this week and this camp this week and this camp this week. And my kids are coming up to me and they're going, well, I want to go to farm camp. I want to go to cheerleading camp. I want to go to soccer camp. I want to go to, I'm just like, oh, yes, Sarah, Amazon, especially between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. Stay off of it during that time.
8 and 9 p.m.
That's when they make their most money. They've come out with studies that say between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m., Amazon makes its highest revenue of the day. And it's because people are tired, so they don't make good choices. A lot of times they're hungry, so your decision-making centers are down. If you're lonely, it's a horrible time to make a purchase, but you make a purchase to fill yourself up. Just 8, 9 p.m. is a horrible time for Amazon.
Yeah. And then, of course, vacations, Christmas, we have to make everybody happy, but then now we're stressed and we go to work overtime to somehow cover the vacation and the Christmas, So all that to say, we all have our pig lizards and our rock monsters, friends.
Absolutely.
And it may not be as stressful as a time, but, just taking one little decision and going for it. Let's all zip up and go for it.
Exactly. All right, look, I have 2 more thoughts and we're coming up on time, so I want to be respectful. I'm going to do one, you do one, and then we'll hit the one that I think is most important that we both want to discuss.
I've run out of thoughts, so you just finish yours.
I don't see. No, you haven't, because as soon as I say some, you're going to be like, yes. Okay. So my big thing is legacy. That is my favorite thing to talk about. And so what I wrote down is legacy is built in how you respond, not just in what you've done before. I wrote this one down because I really liked it. The Thermians believed in the integrity of the show and its cast, and when the crew starts to live into that belief, they begin to change not just their circumstances, but how they see themselves. I think that's really good. But it's also, they could have just quit, right?
Yep.
They could have just said, well, that's who we used to be. We used to be a crew, and now we don't work together anymore. But what they chose to do was respond in the moment. They could have asked to be sent home. In fact, at one point, they're like, no, we're going to go home. Like, we can't even do this. And when they realized that giving up wasn't an option, they said, all right, we're going to do this. And we're going to go whole hog all the way in. And I think that's really important. Anytime that we're looking at working with our clients, I have one I'm thinking of in particular who can rattle off all of the horrible things that have happened in her life and how, this caused me to do this and this caused me to do this. I'm like, when are you going to take over and take control and be your own person and make your own financial decisions? Like, when are you going to be in charge of your life and what happens to you? And so when we finally make that shift, that's the legacy impact, right? Like that's when things begin to change and begin to grow.
Yeah. And each one of these actors, they were needed. They were a part of the whole thing. They had to be together.
Yes.
These were friends flying through, space people flying through space. These were friends.
Yes. Just throwing it out there. If you guys haven't watched the movie in a long time, go turn it on. Because it is a cinematic masterpiece in and of itself. Yeah. But if you go through this and you hear some of these money lessons and you're like, oh wait. I mean, they had contracts, right? This was not one of my things, but they all had to have signed a contract. And Sigourney Weaver got paid less than everybody else because that's how it works. And like everybody gets paid a little bit less, but they're all a part of the team. And if they're not together, it doesn't really work.
Yep. Yeah.
They should all band together like friends, so they all make the same amount of money. Anyway,
there you
what were you gonna say?
I think there's only one thing left to say.
I mean,
never give up.
Never surrender. That was my last lesson.
Oh, what was your last lesson? What?
Never give up, never surrender is my last money lesson.
Yes.
The power of perseverance, even when it's hard, even when you don't want to do it. Yep. A little bit goes a long way. You have to do it.
Yeah. Every day.
Never surrender.
On difficult days, on tired days, on, I forgot to meal plan. Let me just buy that. No.
Yes.
Keep fighting. And every penny matters. Every moment matters. Sometimes, when we're trying to change behaviors, people say take one day at a time. Sometimes in my life, it's been 1/2 hour.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I don't think we have any questions this time, but in the future, everybody feel free to share questions, and we would love if you let Laura know, what would you like to see in the future? What are you interested in? Because we can nerd out on movies we love all day, but I definitely want it to be helpful to the populace at large and those who are watching. So let us know what you would like to see. All right.
I want everybody to give us one movie. I don't even care what it is. Just throw out an idea.
Yeah. Kelly has already submitted that she wants us to do You've Got Mail, because there's so many lessons there. Like, you can already see all the lessons already coming out, and it's going to be interesting for me too, seeing these movies that I've seen before and looking at through this lens.
Yes.
It's going to be a really good, fun thing. I love it.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much, Sarah. Thanks, Mel.
I'm down with You've Got Mail. Yes.
All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.